Alright, what if everything your government was telling you was a lie? What if all of the different parties, which there are only two that really count, were all lying to you? What if they were all on the same team? What if they were on the team of the New World Order? What if, which is true, 6 corporations own every media outlet that you get your news from? Newspapers, magazines, networks were all owned. Everything that you see is owned by 6 corporations. What if all of those 6 corporations and the Democrats and Republicans, because there's only 2, there is actually another Libertarian Party, which is the party that most people should belong to if they were real Americans. What if they were all on the same team? What if they had enough money to tell all those people, those media mindheads that speak to you through the news, the same exact thing on every channel, because they own all the channels? What if they wanted to get rid of America? Let's say America was, I don't know, used up. It's done what its purpose was, which was to make a big military-industrial complex like Dwight Eisenhower told us about, I believe in 1962, in his farewell address. Beware of the military-industrial complex. What if all these, they've all told us this. What if Kennedy was killed because he wanted to, get rid of the Federal Reserve? Have you ever heard of the Federal Reserve? Do you know what the Federal Reserve is? If you don't, then you're not an American. And you're not paying attention. You're a child. You're not an adult. What if Lincoln wanted to also have his own money by the Treasury and he got killed? Crazy, right? So what if I didn't know anything other than things that I was told on TV? What would I do then? Would I go along with all this? Would I wear a mask so I couldn't breathe? What if they wanted to kill you? What if they wanted to get rid of all of you? What if they wanted to get rid of 90% of you, maybe? I don't know. Have you heard of the Georgia Guidestones? Maybe you should look that up. Because all these things that your mainstream media that is owned by 6 corporations is telling you about conspiracy theories, maybe you should really take a look at those people, because those are the people that want you dead. There is a depopulation plan, and most of you will not make it through the next 2 years. And they're fine with that. And Bill Gates is fine with that. And that's his plan. And that's all their plans. Trump's no different. He's on board. What if I told you that Israel is the biggest terrorist organization in the world? And you're going to be the next Palestine? What if I told you that everything you heard about all these people rooting for Israel don't have a clue what Israel is. I mean, would you like your son being shot in the back of the head for playing on a playground? Because that's what Israelis do to Palestinians. What if you grew up and became a person and stopped believing everything you saw on TV and did your own research and became a human with a brain instead of the indoctrinated person that you've been brought up to be? What if you spent this time on lockdown studying things that other people have been saying for 12 years? I've been saying it for 12 years. What if you realized that 9/11 was done by your government in order to be a false flag, in order to go into Afghanistan and Iraq and Libya and next Syria, which we're doing now, and then eventually Iran, and this is all planned out by Israel, this little country that was stolen from the Palestinians in 1947. What if World War II is set up and Germany, everything, this Adolf Hitler, everything you heard about him was a lie. And Adolf Hitler was actually a very poor student. And he was arrested multiple times. And he was a vagabond essentially, and was thrown into a lot of different... he was pretty much an asshole. And he was backed. What if he was backed by corporations in America? But like Henry Ford from Ford Motor Company, or Prescott Bush, the grandfather of George W. fucking asshole Bush, and George Sr., his father, who was also involved in the CIA and very involved with the CIA when JFK, John F. Kennedy, was killed. What if all this was true? Would you do something about it? Do you have balls enough to stand up and fucking do something about it? What if your children are going to be sodomized and cut up? What if they're going to be fucking raped and killed by people that are in your government because you didn't do anything about it? What if there won't be school in September because you didn't stand up and do anything about it, because this COVID-19 is a lie and part of the lockdown? What if that was true? What would you do? Do you know your neighbors? No, you probably don't, because they don't want you to know your neighbors anymore. They don't want you to unite. What are you going to do about it? By yourself. You better fucking know your neighbors, and you better get right with God, because there is only God, country, and family. And you better get that fucking straight, because these people are the fucking devil. And they're coming for your kids. And they're coming for you. And what if you don't do anything about it? How are you going to live with yourself?